Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the glove box, spec sheet worship gets left at the showroom door, and what we're left with is seat of the pants, real-world driving truth. If you're new here, buckle up, because this is not your average glossy car review. This is where we talk about how the machine actually feels when your hands are on the wheel and your foot is down on the pedal. Exterior today, we're stepping into the future, or maybe just refining it, because this isn't some wild, otherworldly electric prototype. This is the 2026 Tesla Model Y, a car that doesn't need a radical redesign to stay relevant. It knows exactly what it is. And Tesla knows exactly what it's doing. But is refinement enough? Is this still the best all-electric crossover for the money? Or has the competition finally caught up? Let's start with what hits you first at the exterior. Up front, the 2026 Model Y keeps the minimalist, almost cold precision that Tesla fans swear by. The grille-less space is still very much intact, only now it's a little tighter, a little more focused. The updated front fascia has slimmer adaptive LED headlights, a more sculpted bumper, and a smoother, wind-slick profile that shaves off even more drag. Tesla claims a drag coefficient of 0.21, and while that sounds like a number only when tunnel engineers care about, in the real world, it translates to better range, quieter rides, and less wind buffeting at speed. From the side, it's classic Model Y, that coupe meets crossover silhouette, with the roofline that dips just enough to feel sporty without punishing rear headroom. The 2026 version gets subtle tweaks to the door contours and flush door handles that feel smoother to the touch, especially in colder climates. There's a new 21-inch wheel option on the performance trim that looks properly aggressive, while the standard 19-inch Gemini wheels still keep things aerodynamically efficient. Walk to the back, and you'll spot the redesigned tail lamps, still horizontal, still sharp, but now with a bit more personality in their animation. A light bar subtly connects them, and while it's not as loud as PQC on a Kia EV6 or Audi Q4 e-tron, it gives the Model Y a more premium, futuristic look. Tesla's done a good job here. It's evolution, not revolution. But for a vehicle that already looked ahead of its time, that's not a bad thing. Interior now, let's open those doors and take a seat. Because if the outside says I'm from 2026, the inside says, welcome to 2030. Gone is almost every button, dial, or switch you'd find in a traditional cabin. That's not new for Tesla, but what is new is how the minimalism feels less like a cost-cutting exercise and more like a lifestyle choice. The materials have been significantly upgraded. You've got soft-touch vegan leather that feels a lot more upscale than the older versions. The dash now comes with a new ambient light strip running across it, subtle, color-changeable, and surprisingly effective at setting the mood, especially during night drives. The centerpiece, of course, is still that massive 15-inch horizontal touchscreen. It controls everything: your music, your navigation, your climate, even the glove box. But the 2026 version is snappier than ever. Tesla has upgraded the processor inside, and you feel the speed boost right away. No lag, no stutters, just crisp, intuitive responses. And yes, it's still weird to not have a traditional gauge cluster behind the wheel. But once you spend a few days with the Model Y, you stop noticing. What you do notice is the new rear screen for passengers, an 8-inch display that controls rear AV, music, and even plays Netflix or games. It's a small touch that makes a big difference on long road trips. The seating remains one of the Model Y's secret weapons: supportive, heated in both rows, and ventilated in the front for the first time. There's ample room in the back, more than you expect when you see that coupe-ish roofline. Tesla even managed to increase cargo space slightly with better packaging in the rear trunk area. And yes, the front is still there and still practical. Performance? Yeah, let's talk about it now, because this is where Tesla still puts most of this segment on notice. The 2026 Model Y comes in two flavors: long-range AWD and performance. Both are dual-motor setups. The long-range gets a slight boost this year, now rated at around 330 miles of EPA range thanks to battery chemistry updates and improved aerodynamics. 0 to 60, still a blistering 4.8 seconds. But the performance trim, that's where things get spicy. Tesla's tweaked the torque curve to deliver more punch off the line and tightened the suspension for a sportier feel without sacrificing daily comfort. 0 to 60 happens in 3.4 seconds. That's supercar territory, folks. And thanks to a new thermal management system, it can do that run more consistently without losing power due to heat soak. Handling has improved too. While it's not a canyon carver like a Porsche Macan, it's more confident than ever. The steering has more weight and feels less artificial, and the recalibrated dampers reduce body roll significantly. It won't replace your Miata, but for an electric crossover that seats 5 and has the cargo room of a small SUV, it's shockingly fun to drive. Autopilot and full self-driving are still present and still controversial. The latest version of Tesla Vision, camera only, no radar or lidar, is smoother in lane changes, better at reading complex intersections, and yes, it still does that eerie thing where it feels like the car is watching everything around it. But let's be clear, it's driver assistance, not full autonomy yet. It's still best in highway scenarios, still has phantom braking quirks occasionally, and still requires attention. Now let's talk dollars. The base long-range Model Y starts around $49,990 before incentives. That includes standard autopilot, the dual-motor setup, and all the Tesla connectivity. If you want enhanced autopilot or full self-driving capability, those are extra $6,000 and $12,000 respectively. The performance trim pushes the price closer to $58,000, but you're getting bigger wheels, better acceleration, upgraded brakes, and that sportier suspension. All models qualify for over-the-air updates, and Tesla's frequent software refreshes often add real-world improvements, not just cosmetic ones. As for charging, it's still best in class. With access to Tesla's supercharger network, and now with the NACS standard being adopted across the industry, finding a plug is easier than ever. Tesla's V3 superchargers can add up to 175 miles of range in just 15 minutes. Home charging overnight, no problem. It's ready to go every morning with a full tank. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Tesla Model Y is not a reinvention. It's not dramatic. It doesn't scream for your attention, and honestly, it doesn't need to. It takes a proven formula, smooths the edges, updates the tech, sharpens the handling, and makes small but meaningful improvements across the board. It's cleaner, quieter, quicker, and smarter than ever. But and this is important, it's no longer alone in the game. The Hyundai Ioniq 5, Ford Mustang Mach-E, and even newcomers like the Polestar 4 are bringing serious competition. So the question isn't whether the Model Y is still great. It is. The question is whether it's still the best. And that answer, well, it depends on what you want from your electric future. If you want no fuss tech, top-tier charging, and performance that makes gas cars blush out, the Model Y still absolutely delivers. But if you're looking for more driver engagement, or more luxurious cabin feel, you may want to shop around. Either way, Tesla's refined beast isn't going anywhere. Thanks for riding with Car Flash. If you enjoyed this step dive and want more real-world, unfiltered reviews without the hype, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and drop your thoughts below. Is the 2026 Model Y still king, or has the EV crown started to slip? Until next time, keep your hands on the wheel and your heart in the drive.